Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good evening. Sean Higgs coming at you here. Looking at the lines. Tournament edition for Thursday action, March the 5th. Welcome on into the show. Hit that like button on the YouTube. If you're on the YouTube channels, we're rolling on Winners and Whiners, Picks and Parlays, and of course the Sean Higgs OG channel. But listen, there's nobody broadcasting live, so I'm on the pnp and Winners and Whiners stuff. They're not up at midnight doing live stuff. This had all started 5 years ago, doing the tournament stuff. Welcome on in. I'm Mr. Sean Higgs on the X. You want to re-listen? You can on iHeartRadio, or you just replay the YouTube. But there's a lot of stuff. Go listen. Go to iHeart and find Midday Money and just roll that puppy all night long. Use a backup phone. Let it go. Hours on end. All right. We're not wasting time. We'll jump right into it. Recapping today, we had Arkansas in the college hoops window. Free pick winner there. Our games inside the system. 3-1. Gardner-Weeb outright. Stonehill outright. Chicago State covers. Northern Alabama does not. Wagner outright. And KC and ULL both go down. Not bad. 3 outright winners with doggies. All right, we got new stuff here for Thursday. We will get on it. I got what I can for the games and the lines for all the tournament stuff here. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. We got it. All right, 11:30 for the show. Put that in there. Dylan's coming in with locks. I gotta write these down right now. Dylan is 31-24, minus 130 with his lock plays. American minus 2.5. Mid-Tenny plus 2.5. Cookman minus 1.5. Western Kentucky minus 2. And the Valley of Mississippi plus 10.5. You know I like that one. You know I'm on that one with you there. Mr. Weskers. Higgs scared to take me up on my Zach Gallen bet. You put it in there. I said, what is it? What does the ERA got to be? 5? I'm saying he's going to go under 5 ERA. He said $100. Is that what we're doing? Do you not read? Do you type in a message and then you don't read the response? That's the youth of today. That's the youth of today. Indiana State money line. Is this for tomorrow? Is this tomorrow's game, Mr. Weskers versus Valpo? I do like Indiana State tomorrow as well. Michigan minus the 8.5. Wright State easy money. Didn't they lose tonight? Mike B's in the house. DePaul lost. Sweep the board for Michael B. Colorado State first half. Arkansas first half. Nova. I don't know what people were thinking taking DePaul. There's a lot. There was DePaul love in here last night. Mike B says, I'm going to cry myself to sleep. Mr. Weskers, the YouTube comment notifications aren't working. You go to the video. I did respond. Boomer. All right, let's see. Lauren's in the comments. I gave Lauren a thumbs up there. So that's in. All right. YouTube comments are all messed up. People aren't getting the comment response notifications, but you and I bet 110 by year's end to include playoffs. That counts the ERA is 4.95 or higher. 4.95. So I'm going to go under 4.95. You go over 4.95. Is that what we're doing? For a hundo? 110 to win 100? Sunbelt tomorrow, Evan. We got some lines. Southern Miss James Madison. I got, I'm waiting for Arkansas State. Let's go. We're into the Zach guy. What's it, Zach guy? He's like I told him that Zach Allen's gonna get $20 million. He thought I was nuts. King D's in the house. I said Zach Allen's gonna get $20 million because that's the going rate for starting pitchers. He thought I was crazy. Let's go. Into the conferences we go. Missouri Valley, 4:30. We got Drake plus the 4.5, the 9 seed. Total 136.5 against Southern Illinois. I do like Drake a little bit in this matchup. I didn't get to bet it. I like it. Am I going to bet it? I'm not quite sure. Valpo, 2.5, 136.5 over the 10 seed Indiana State. As mentioned in the comment section, I do like Indiana State here in this game. I do like Indiana State. Northern Iowa, big number, 13.5 here, 125.5. I would think Northern Iowa covers this big number. They crushed them twice during the regular season. But, I mean, we're talking a 125 total. What's this game going to be? I mean, we need 70 to 50. We need a repeat of their, 70-55 kind of game, something along those lines in the Missouri Valley here. So, 3 games. I like the 2 smaller dogs. Don't like the big dog here. I like Northern Iowa. I tweeted out. I added some futures to the future window. We did have previous ones. And for those that did not know what they are, I'll put that banner up in here for a second of what we had for future totals. And our newer totals, again, future totals. Not future totals. We have conference futures, excuse me. So we added a couple more new ones. Let's copy these up. Make a sweet little banner for everybody to enjoy. So we had Coastal, Appalachian State, Robert Morris, Fort Wayne, already eliminated. Patriot American, Lipscomb, Mercyhurst, looking good. UT tomorrow, North Dakota. We had Northern Iowa there. We're talking about Northern Iowa, so there is that. So I kind of threw that one out there for today. Why I kind of like them. MAAC in the AA MAC, Western Carolina, 10-1. Big Sky, Northern, should be an N, Northern Colorado. So there's that. Enjoy the futures. We'll add an N to Northern. We know we have some kooks come in here. Grammar police. Don't need those people harassing me. The grammar police. All right, next up, here we go. We took care of the Missouri Valley. On to the MAAC. Again, rotation order right down the line here, right down the line. Sacred Heart and Iona, 2.5, 140. This is actually now I see 147.5 popping up here against Sacred Heart. I do kind of like Iona. At this price, I thought it'd be a little higher than 2.5. I really thought it'd be maybe a 3 or a 4, and I could talk myself into taking a dog, much like the next game, Manhattan. This was a 5. It is now 4.5. I wanted to take Manhattan. I thought we were going to get a 5.5, 6. Came in a little. Well, this would actually be in the category of close call kind of game, where we are 76 and 71 minus 270 with the close calls. thought about using it for myself personally. Didn't bet it. I did grab a couple dogs in the. We'll talk about some ugly dogs later, but I do like Manhattan. I do like Manhattan. Sunbelt waiting on lines. I got my projected what I think, and I was right yesterday with my James Madison around 4.5, 5. They rolled today. I had them. I think they'll be a point favorite, even as a lower seed. They're the 9 seed. I think they'll be laying a point. I'm going to guess a 144 total here. Again, nothing. I don't see anything yet for this or Arkansas State. We don't know who they're playing yet. I do like Madison again. I do like Madison, and not because I have them favored as a lower seed over like a 9 over 8. That helps. Hopefully, actually, I don't want to be right. I'd rather have my numbers be a little wrong and they're a 1-point dog or something. But I like James Madison more. The Valley, Eastern Illinois, and then somebody playing Southeast Mizzou. T. Marty, I like T. Martin. 6.5, 123. Again, I think that Marty can. They're the best defense of the crew here. I got them up plus 325 to win the whole kit and caboodle out of the Ohio Valley. I will, if I'm getting 6.5, 7 points or more here, I will take Eastern Illinois with the points. I'm gonna take points. Regardless of their defense, I think they'll win. I want points. So there is that. And also, I think who would they, if it was a different matchup, would the line be different? Would I be on UT Martin there? Yes, I have them as a future. Doesn't mean I can't protect myself with a cover, which I think they're going to do. I think it's a close game. I like the points of Eastern Illinois. Next up, the Summit League. Again, I'm going right down the board. 7 o'clock start. North Dakota State and Oral Roberts. I'm guessing 12. Oral with the win here. Who have they beaten? They just beaten Rouge. North Dakota State should cruise here to a win. Not that I bet 10 and 12-point phase. It's kind of like the other game in the Missouri Valley. You should take care of business. You are the 1 seed. Beat up and just take the garbage out. Take care of Oral Roberts and move on. The Tommies, 5.5 is what I think this one. Actually, this one's up too. 5.5. This game is up. 5.5, 150.5. So that's a official line. That is my guesstimate on this one. St. Thomas had a nice little year here. These guys, if you didn't know, since moving on up like the Jeffersons, St. Thomas, let me tell you, the old Tommies, listen to this for the Tommies. I believe this is their, I thought I wrote it down somewhere for them. Their second straight year is a 2 seed. First year they're eligible for the tournament, and they've won at least a postseason game in all 3 of their D1 seasons. Last year they were in the Summit Championship game. So these guys are kind of tough. I'm leaning towards them here. Nice little story coming up from the lower levels. And then we got Friday action. I didn't put the lines up by my projected kind of numbers there. Although, obviously, I like North Dakota to get past Denver there. If you're want to know what I think those 2 lines will be, I have them listed at, let's pull them up. I got the Omaha, South Dakota at a pick'em, and Denver 3. So there is that. I think North Dakota, for me, is the play. They are the 3 seed. Denver power rate's a little higher. I don't mind. North Dakota gets the call for me to win the summit. I went out there on a limb. Although, listen, St. Thomas, I think, is the story. I think do not be shocked if the Tommies win. To the WCC, Portland and Pepperdine. This line is now down to a 1.5. This was a 3.5 even to start the day against Pepperdine. Pepperdine swept these cats. Pepperdine, they had 2 road wins all year. They beat Portland twice. Portland who beat Gonzaga. Portland beat Gonzaga at home, and they followed up that game. No. They didn't lose to Pepperdine. It wasn't a letdown spot. No. They actually beat a team before they lost to Pepperdine. I wanted to take Portland. That's where I was this morning. I was taking Portland 100%. I'm grabbing Portland here. No way Pepperdine sweeps them three times. Then this line comes down 2 points. I'm walking away. We are De Niro in heat. 30 seconds flat. You're at the door. If you spot the heat around the corner, you're out of here. No way. I'm not on Portland. Marymount, 5.5, 147.5 over San Diego. I would lean Marymount here. Again, this conference tournament, not all that enamored with it. I don't think there's any really great value either long-term in it. I think Gonzaga wins this thing. I think Mary's beat them on Saturday. Gonzaga gets their revenge and heads off into the sunset, into the new conference with their last another division title, conference title, whatever they want to call it. The Patriot League up next. Navy. Again, this is my projected line for Navy. 14+ over Bucknell. Navy ran roughshod over all these schools. 1 loss to American. That's why we grabbed American plus a dime in the futures. And Navy was like 130 when we did it. And I said, you want to take Navy? I can't give out like the odds-on favorite. I don't do that. Although I did grab them for myself a little bit at a 190 clip. That being said, I took the American at plus 1,100, I think I got on that. Maybe 10, whatever it was, a dime, even town. Anyway, I went with the team who beat them just because I couldn't give out the favorite here. Should they roll Bucknell? Absolutely. Boston, 2.5 over American. Obviously, I'm cheering for American. Need American to move on here. Colgate and Loyola Marymount, here's one of them. We're going ugly style with Loyola Maryland plus 6.5. Again, fitting into a 70-65 run here with the Uglies. Minus 640 with the Uglies, though, just so you know. The Uglies and the close calls are combined 146 and 136. You are down, though, 9-10. But if you flip in the auto plays, the in like Flints, you're plus 285, so you're still up over a dime with the doggy system since January 8th. Big South. I believe these are. We got Big South tomorrow. I know it's the Upsteed and the Web. We did that one. You got the Weeb. Did I do a Big South one? Oh no. Where's my? Anyway, well, there's no Big South today because I got the Friday ASUN ready to go. I got Friday ASUN up with some projected lines. Central Arkansas, 7 over Bellarmine. I'll be looking towards Bellarmine there. Lipscomb, we like Lipscomb to win this puppy. I think they beat Gulf Coast again. Gulf Coast. I'm annoyed I lost that because I was 2 out of 3. We hit 2 of the 3 ASUN tournament games. I thought we were going to catch this one. Alabama goes down late, cost us a cover there. So what? Gulf Coast is 8-22 against the spread. I'm not buying it. Lipscomb for me. Stetson, we had Stetson today. I'm kind of torn on this one. This is a biggie here. I'm not quite sure if we're going to lay this number with the P or take with Stetson. I'm just because I had him yesterday doesn't mean I got to come back with him today. Queens, West Georgia. This West Georgia team would score. I think they're in it. West Georgia, I'm going to get 6.5. Again, these are my projected lines here. I don't have lines for these games. This is what I got these rated at right now. So these are my numbers. And I'm going to be looking at West Georgia here with the points. I like me some West Georgia. Bellarmine, West Georgia, Lipscomb in the sun. Saturday, NEC. Again, this is also what I think the lines will be here. LIU versus number 7, Wagner. I think it'll be 9. I got the 7 in the wrong spot. Apologies. Wagner with a big upset. LIU hung on for dear life. There's our Mercyhurst. We got a future on. We'll be pulling for them at home. I think they're 22-4 at home the last 2 years. We're alive. We are alive. We're alive. We're alive. And that's that. That is that. We have, we got an upset in the horizon. We got Cleveland State. We'll be moving on. Do I have my horizon bracket nearby? We can look to see how that'll shape up moving forward. Here's the horizon. So now that we have the first round, Cleveland State will be playing on Sunday. This is the next matchup in the horizon. I gotta wipe out everybody who's gone now. We got no more Youngstown in the house. No more Milwaukee in the house. Or no, Oakland is out, right? Who got eliminated? Oakland got eliminated, not Wright State. I crossed out Wright State. I need Wright State back. Wright State is in Cleveland State. Hold on a second. I messed that one up. I was on the wrong one. Oakland goes down. The Grizzles. Good night, Grizzlies. See you, Milwaukee. No, hold on. No, we got Northern Kentucky, Detroit, Robert Morris, Cleveland, and then we have Green Bay. 5 seed Green Bay still alive. So this looks like now with the remaining teams, second worst seed of the first round versus the worst seed. So you're going to have Northern Kentucky, Green Bay on Sunday. The best seed left, obviously, Wright State. We'll get that loser. Wright State, Green Bay, NKU. Second best seed left will be Bobby Moe or Romo for you Cowboy fans. Romo versus Detroit. And I said before in this Horizon League, if you watched any of my little preview things I had, you got a bunch of interesting 2-0. So, Robert Morris, everybody swept their first round opponents, right? They were all 2-0 against everybody. Oakland did go down. Now you have Robert Morris, Detroit. Who comes in? We have Robert Morris 2-0 versus Detroit. And Wright State is going to get the Green Bay Northern Kentucky winner. So another 2-0 spot for a team to move on. There we go. Now we got comments, and then we'll be out of here. You're taking Indiana money line. Is this the Indiana State? Are we talking about here? I'm guessing, because I don't think Indiana is playing tomorrow. Maybe they are. I didn't really look at I did look at a couple games. I looked at Tulane, Jacksonville State. I guess you're talking Indiana State. I do like Indiana State tomorrow. Tulane plus 4.5. Yep, I just look at that. I just mentioned that, and there you go. I agree with you on the Tulane. Sun Belt tomorrow. Did we just go over to Sun Belt? I don't know if you were here. I like James Madison. We don't have a final yet in the other game, do we? Looks like we're going to get Lindenwood. Lindenwood's going to move on in the Fun Belt. And you know what? Listen, everybody's giving the Sun Belt a bunch of crap for their bracket. Go look at this crap-ass West Coast bracket. It is just as terrible. It is just as terrible as the Sun Belt bracket. Which one? Let's see. ASUN. There we go. Sun Belt action. Lindenwood. We're gonna. Oh no, I'm on the wrong bracket here. We got Arkansas. I'm looking at Ohio Valley. We got a final. Georgia Southern moves on. I think I mentioned Georgia Southern. I said, you know what? They had a crazy price. I said if they could get past Arkansas State and South Alabama, who they didn't beat, they had beaten Coastal and Marshall ahead of them. So now we have a Georgia Southern, Arkansas State matchup here. There is no line. I'm going to give you my line on Georgia State, Arkansas State. Let's get to that for you. What do I got here? Hold on. We're going to pull Arkansas State out as a 6-point fave, I believe. Would that be something you'd be interested in? Where are you at? Is that what I have here? I'd be at Georgia. Excuse me. I said Georgia. I meant Arkansas. Arkansas State, not Georgia Southern. Arkansas State by 6.5. That'll be my call. Arkansas State minus 6.5 versus Georgia Southern. Give it I don't have my total stuff up, but there you go. There's your Sun Belt. I like Madison, and I'll be leaning Georgia Southern with the points. King D's got 9 futures. What are they, bro? Put them. Come on, you got 9. You haven't mentioned any of them. NBA, we're not talking about. What Michigan Wolves ATS or Izzo's ATS for Michigan? Are we talking tomorrow? Basketball. Michigan and Michigan State. Aren't they laying like 20? 18.5 for Michigan State. 8.5 for Michigan. I'd lay with Michigan. Michigan just looks indestructible. And 20 to Rutgers. I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm not doing those games. Wagner's odds to win the NEC. Let's pull up some Wagyu. Basketball, NCAA. I got no NEC up right now. You're probably not going to be able to get that, Dylan. I believe for the NEC, with who is left, you have only two teams can make it because the other teams are ineligible. So those will probably be off the board, if anything, or will be just ridiculously high. Because Stonehill and Mercyhurst can't make the tournament. So Wagner and LIU are both, I mean, LIU is probably the favorite, but you bet them both and you got a winner either way because they're going to get in. Mercyhurst and Stonehill can't go. Iona tomorrow, small fave. Quinny in the MAAC and Iona. Giants for the playoffs. Baseball, yes, we could do that. Still not. Mike's not happy with the bullpen. Central Connecticut. That did not get there. Stopped using the house. Georgia Southern, Arkansas State. I like Georgia Southern in the points when we get a line. Lafayette Madison was a way closer game than the final score. Hey, listen, Madison's, they won. They covered. Winthrop and Longwood in the Big South for King Day. Again, we're talking about basketball. Tommy's the best team in the Summit. Yeah, I think they win. Yeah, to cover the NBA during March Madness, I don't even know. What would that dono have to be? 5-10 grand? I mean, really, the NBA during conference tournaments. America East, a little NJIT. The Highlanders, love it. Mr. Wisher says he's going to go to a Giant game this year. The nice part. WCC at Clara for the value. Zag's going to beat Marys in the finals. Yeah, they're winning the finals. I could even just say Clara on principle. I'm like, you know what? To me, it's a waste of money because they're not going to get past. Although, can they get past Marys? I think they already beat Marys. So they could get Marys because Marys might be in a spot where they're just so focused on Gonzaga for the next game to beat them one last time. Colorado State for the Mountain West. Well, no, I think the West is wide open. It's a one-bid lead. Whoever wins that tournament's going. Gave you Colorado State last week to win the Mountain. Not too late to hop on it, he says. Justin's on the Colorado State. You did like Colorado State, Justin. How's Miami? They're not favored. Akron's the favorite, yeah. Because Akron's a better team statistically. In the numbers, if you follow that kind of stuff. Yeah, better team. Yanks under win total, yes. Duke, UConn, Arizona Gators for the Final Four. And there you go. There you go. We hit all the comments. We hit all the games. We did it in 35 minutes like a pro. Midday Money Room is already set up for tomorrow afternoon at 12 noon. All the look-ahead lines are set up on the Picks and Parlays channel through the weekend. You gotta love that. All taken care of. Winners and Whiners, not a soul watching. You know, Winners and Whiners used to be a good channel. I used to get views on that channel. And then it was crazy. We had an ownership change, and then they're like, don't do anything on the channel. No more. I mean, I go back and look at some of my old streams on here that I did. And again, it was like 100 a pop, most of them, 50 to 100 live. But the free pick videos would always get a few hundred. I don't understand. I'm trying to put it over there. Nobody's watching. No, I don't get it. Like the regular videos, Dave Delano and Scott would do videos on here for months. Every video, 500 views. Every one. Like clockwork. I do a live show, 50. It's weird. It's weird. People don't like the live. I don't know. Anyway, who's in a comment before we get out of here? Claire can get by Mary's. I believe so. Again, it's more of they already beat them once, and Mary's might be eyeballing Gonzaga again and beat them one last time. I could see doing Clara. Do they get Gonzaga? I don't think so. I think Gonzaga's – well, they're Gonzaga. They're going to just win. Yeah. All right. That's a wrap for today. Again, midday May tomorrow, 12 noon. Come check it out. Room's already set up. Put that notification bell on so you know when we go live at 12 noon Eastern. And there you go. Happy day one of bracketing. This is like the official first day. We had a bunch of tournaments start up, and there we are. Away we go. I will add the uglies. I'm going to put up some pics on the Twitter. If you're not following me on at Mr. Sean Higgs, I'm going to put up the uglies and the close calls for the Look at Line show. And I'm out of here. See you tomorrow morning, afternoon, whatever time it is when you're tuning in for Midday Money. You can get the shirt on. Publicizing the show at night. Back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.